where we will be bringing you the most comprehensive details about the Modi 3.0 cabinet oath-taking ceremony, which is slated to happen today. It's the big day.
1962 के बाद पहली बार कोई सरकार अपने 2 कार्यकाल पूरे करने के बाद तीसरी बार वापस आई है।
Prime Minister designate Narendra Modi is all set to take oath as the Prime Minister of the India for the 3rd consecutive time today. Before the swearing-in ceremony, Modi visited Rajghat and paid his tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation. Then he paid homage to former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee at Sadaiv Atal as well. He also paid tributes to brave hearts at the National War Memorial. The new NDA cabinet swearing-in ceremony is scheduled to take place today at the Rashtrapati Bhavan amid multi-layered security. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Seychelles Vice President Ahmed Afif have arrived in India already to attend Modi's swearing-in ceremony today. The event is also expected to witness the presence of leaders from Maldives, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Nepal and Mauritius as part of India's neighbourhood first policy.
Well, we haven't been.
Oath or match?
I have not been invited to the swearing in any way, so I'll be watching the match.
Thank you.
Thank you.
पहली बार विधायक सीधे मुख्यमंत्री थे, दूसरी बार विधायक फिर मुख्यमंत्री थे, तीसरी बार विधायक फिर मुख्यमंत्री और पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ फिर जब मध्य देश में आए तो पहली बार पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार, दूसरी बार पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार, ये भी सब रिकॉर्ड है। और अब की बार एनडीए की पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ सरकार, ये तो सौभाग्य की बात है। और मोदी जी है तो मुमकिन है, वो कहते हैं मोदी है तो मुमकिन है, एनडीए मुमकिन है। इसलिए निश्चित रूप से मैं शुभकामना देता हूँ।
All right, so we'll be tracking all the latest updates straight from the ground. Early this morning, we already told you the itinerary of Prime Minister, how he first visited to pay his regards to the father of the nation. He visited Rajghat, then paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. Then he went on to Sadaiv Atal to pay homage to former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee as well. He also paid tributes to the brave hearts who lost their life while protecting the nation at the National War Memorial. Today is going to be a mega event. We are expecting people from all walks of life who have contributed to the progress of our country attending the mega oath ceremony of Modi 3.0 cabinet. This time around, it's going to be a whole new different cabinet that we'll be looking at. According to the sources, the words that we have been receiving are the major rejigs that are likely to happen in the Modi 3.0 cabinet. We have CNN News 18's Payal Mehta back with us on the broadcast to walk us through all the latest update that she has received from her sources. Payal, a very good morning to you. Certainly a big day. It's the D-Day today. Modi 3.0 is going to come back with different faces this time. Tell us everything that you have received from your sources so far.
Well, Mr. Chandrasekhar, who's a sitting member of parliament, has just won the election from Guntur. He's all set to become the Minister of State from the TDP quota. Remember, he has replaced Mr. Jay Galla, who was a 2-time member of parliament, because Jay Galla decided to sit out of these elections for business reasons as well. But Mr. Chandrasekhar is a young candidate that the TDP has put up to become the Minister of State. He is in fact the richest MP in Andhra Pradesh with a declared income of 5,650 crores. And he is a very, very enterprising MP as well. And of course, as far as the TDP's quota for the cabinet minister is concerned, we've broken this yesterday itself, given the fact that Ram Mohan Naidu is one of the most senior leaders in that ranks. Remember, Ram Mohan Naidu is a 3rd-time MP this time around. He's the youngest MP to ever become a union minister. That's what his office has confirmed, saying that he's all of 36 years old. He has been somebody who has stood the storm. Remember, when YSR Congress was dominating the proceedings as far as the anger against TDP was concerned, Ram Mohan Naidu decided to still hold fort and stayed with Chandrababu Naidu, for the longest time. Even though some of his party colleagues decided to actually go ahead and join the YSR Congress, but Ram Mohan Naidu stood there. His father, Mr. Erana Naidu, was one of the tallest leaders of the TDP. He has been somebody who's actually been a former union minister as well. So obviously, the TDP boss here rewarding Ram Mohan Naidu for his loyalty and also for withstanding the storm that the TDP went through.
Definitely. So that's the big breaking news of the hour, ladies and gentlemen, that our colleague Payal Mehta has just given to us, that TDP has already confirmed its two names for the cabinet post, which is Ram Mohan Naidu and Chandrasekhar Pemasani as well. They have given out this confirmation on their social media profiles as well. Payal, now coming back to you and talking about the functions that are going to transpire today and how exactly the NDA 3.0 is going to function further for the upcoming 5 years. How difficult or not so difficult is it going to be for Narendra Modi?
Well, Narendra Modi has withstood all the challenges in his life. When he became the chief minister in 2001, after that you saw the episode pan out of the Godhra riots in 2002. Despite that, he was able to be in power, withstand all the storm, withstand all the criticism, face the SIT inquiry, etc., and come clean. And then probably he was there till 2014, till national calling came for him. And from 2014, he had inherited a government which was actually had policy paralysis, was ridden with scams as well. But Prime Minister Modi came with a vision that he would in fact take the India growth story forward. That is exactly what we've seen over the last 10 years. He has worked for every strata of society, every section of society. BJP became a party to reckon with, even in the uncharted territories. For example, in the northeast, BJP became a force to reckon with. BJP, in fact, formed a government in the state of Tripura after 25 years of left rule. BJP was able to come from 2 MPs, in 2014 to 18 MPs in 2019, and then 11 plus MPs now in Bengal as well. And of course, for the first time in the last many decades, BJP has been able to, make sure that there was exit for the BJP government, and BJP has been able to form government. So many things that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been capable of doing, has been speaking about doing as well. And that is something which every BJP Karyakarta takes a lot of pride in, because people say Modi hai to mumkin hai, and Modi ki guarantee is something that the BJP has been seeking its votes in on the last election itself.